Welcome to T1 Academy. So today in this video we are going to discuss about calendars concept. So this calendars is very important for all the competitive examinations. Definitely in all the competitive examinations they are going to ask us a minimum of one question from this calendars concept. Now we will see this calendars concept. See here students, we will solve this entire calendar concept based on this odd days concepts. What are these odd days? Odd days are nothing but after arranging the given number of days into weeks, the leftover days are called as odd days. That means after arranging the number of days into weeks, the remaining days we will call it as odd days. See, sir, what is meant by this arranging the days and the leftover days means, for example, if you have some 30 days, how many weeks you can arrange in this 30 days, students? You can arrange just 4 weeks. Why? Because 7 4s are 28. So what we can do, we can arrange this as 4 weeks plus 2 days. So after arranging the given number of days into weeks, the leftover days are called as what for us here? Odd days. So these days we will call it as odd days. So our entire calendars concept, we are going to take the help of these odd days. Okay, and then we will solve the problems based on these odd days. So okay, good, super. Our concept depends on these odd days, that is done. Now, sir, what is the actual thing which will happen is, see here students, a year contains how many days? Tell me. Generally, 1 year contains how many days? We will take it as either 365 or 366 days, sir, based on the time. But actually speaking, 1 year contains 365 days. Understood? 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and some 48 seconds approximately. A year contains 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, 48 seconds. But what we will do is, we will approximate this as some 6 hours. And then we will say that a normal year, we divide it into 2 categories. Normal year and leap year. What is this normal year and what is this leap year? A normal year contains 365 days, and when it comes to a leap year, see, every 4th year we will consider it as a leap year, and it contains how many days? 366 days. That means what we are actually doing here, students, we are adding this 6 hours and we are making it into a day, and we are adding that to the leap year, one excess day. Okay, good, superb. That means how we will define or how we will discover whether the given year is leap year or not means, generally we will divide with 4. If it is divisible, it is a leap year. If it is divisible, it is a leap year, else not a leap year. We will divide it with 4. If it is divisible, it is a leap year. Okay, sir, it is a leap year. Okay, good, super. That means what you will do, for example, if I given you an example of 2012, I will check whether 2012 is divisible by 4 or not. Yes, last 2 digits are enough. 2012 is divisible by 4. So that means 2012 is a leap year. Okay, sir, good, super. If I give you some 2021, I will try to divide it with 4. Is 21 divisible by 4? No. So that means 2021 is not a leap year. Okay, good, superb. So this is how you will check whether the given year is leap year or not. Not only this, if I give you 1972, I need to check whether this is a leap year or not. 1972 by 4, yes, 72 is divisible by 4, then 1972 is a leap year. Okay, sir, good, super. Now similarly, tell me whether 300 is a leap year or not. 300th year is a leap year or not. We will see. As usual, I will divide it with 4. What is the divisibility rule of 4? The last 2 digits are divisible by 4 or the last 2 digits are zeros. Yes, sir, 300 is divisible by 4, then 300 is a leap year. then 300 is a leap year. But actually 300 is not a leap year. Sir, what is this? What is the reason behind that? Very simple reason, students. If the years are normal years in the sense 2000 to 12, 1972 like this. What is this 300? These are centuries. Centuries means what? 100, 200, 300, similarly 1000, 1100, 1200, similarly 1700, 1800, 1900, 2000, 2100. These are called as century years, students. Century years. If the years are normal years, you can divide it with 4 and then decide whether it is a leap year or not. But in case of centuries, we should not divide them with 4, we should divide them with 400. If they are divisible by 400, then only it is a leap year, else not a leap year. For example, 100. Yes, 100 is divisible by 4, but 100 is not a leap year. Why? Because 100 is not divisible by 400. 200. Is 200 divisible by 400? No. Is 300 divisible by 400? No. Then 100, 200 and 300 are not leap years. When it comes to 400, yes, 400 is divisible by 400, then 400 is a leap year. 400 is a leap year. And similarly, if you check, tell me what are the century leap years? 400 is a leap year, 800 is a leap year, 1200 is a leap year, 1600 is a leap year, 2000, 2400, like this. Why, sir? What is the reason? Why? Because these numbers are divisible by 400, not by 4. So, first try to observe this one. In case of normal years, we will divide it with 4 and then we will decide whether they are leap year or not. Okay. But in case of centuries, we will divide them with 400. And then decide whether it is a leap year or not. Sir, why, sir? What is the difference? Why we are doing this one? Instead of 4, why we are dividing with 400? Means, see here, students, actually, is it exactly 6 hours? Is this time exactly 6 hours? No. See, to compensate this additional time, we are adding 1 day extra for every 4th year. Okay, good. But is it exactly 6 hours? No. That means we are adding additional time, right? We should compensate that one also. To compensate that, we are deleting the leap years at the century, students. That is the only reason. The reason here is actually it is not exactly 6 hours. This is less than 6 hours. That means you are adding some additional time, right? To compensate this additional time, I should delete it, right? I am adding excess time, so I need to delete it, right? Where I am deleting the leap years means at the centuries, that too at 100, 200 and 300. And 400 as usual. Sir, what is the reason? Means actually there is no particular reason, or there are different stories behind that. But usually the major reason behind that is this one only. And sir, why only at the centuries? Means they just deleted at the centuries. That's it. Okay. So 100, 200, 300 are not leap years. 400 is a leap year. Next 500, 600, 700 are not leap years. 800 is a leap year. 900, 1000, 1100 are not leap years, and 1200 is a leap year once again. Similarly, 1300, 1400, 1500 are not leap years, and 1600 is a leap year. 1700, 1800, 1900 are not a leap year, 2000 is a leap year. Like this, will progress. Understood? How you will check whether the given year is leap year or not? Means if it is a normal year in the sense like this 1642, 1628, 2012, 2011, like this. These are all called as normal years. We will divide them with 4 and then decide whether they are leap year or not. In case of centuries means these are centuries. In case of centuries, we will divide them with 400 and then we will decide whether they are leap year or not. Understood? Right. So, if in the given number of years, how you will find the number of leap years? Tell me. For example, I have given you a duration of some 62 years. In this 62 years duration, how many leap years I can have? Generally, take from 0 to 62 only. No, don't think. So, I will divide it with 4. Exactly multiple is what? 60. 4 15s are. That means, in this 62 years, I will have 15 leap years, and out of 62, 15 are leap years. What about the normal years? I will have 47 normal years. 47 normal years. This is how we will divide the things. Okay, sir, good. Leap year, normal year, everything we have known. Now we know the difference between leap year and normal year, and we know how many days are there in leap year and how many days are there in normal year. Okay, good, superb. Now, how the odd days concept we will apply here. See here, when it comes to a normal year, how many days do we have, students? 365 days. So I can write this 365 days into weeks. How I can write? 365 by 7. 365 by 7. So when you divide 365 by 7, what you will get? 52 weeks exactly. 52 weeks plus 1 day. That means for a normal year, odd days are how many? 1 day. For a normal year, odd days are how many? 1 day. Okay, good, super. When it comes to a leap year contains how many days, students? A leap year contains 366 days. That means when you divide it with 7, how many weeks and days we will get? We will get same 52 weeks, but 2 days. That means a leap year contains 2 odd days, a normal year contains 1 odd day. 1 odd day. A leap year contains 2 odd days and normal year contains 1 odd day. Okay, sir, good, super. Now, what is the maximum number of odd days possible? Tell me, students. What is the maximum? See, first and foremost thing, to find the number of odd days, what actually we are doing? We are dividing with 7, right? For example, earlier also I have given you example. In 30 days, how many odd days are there? Means what you said? 4 weeks plus 2 days, sir. So this 2 days will become our odd days. Okay, good. How you said these 2 days? 4 weeks, how did you initially tell me? A week contains how many days? 7 days. So what actually you have done there is what? 30 you divide it with 7. 7 4s are 28 and the remainder is what? 2. And this 2 will become what? Our odd days. This 2 will become what? Our odd days. That means when you divide a number with 7, when you divide any number with 7, what is the highest remainder possible for you? 6, right? When you divide a number with 7, what is the highest remainder possible for you? 6. So that means the number of odd days. So what I can say here is the maximum number of odd days. The maximum number of odd days will be equal to, this is the maximum number of odd days is 6 days. You will have a maximum of 6 odd days, not more than 6 odd days. While calculating, if you get more than 6 means, once again divide it with 7 and then write your final odd days. See what happens here, students, means sometimes while calculating, we will get odd days as some 40, 50 and so on. But in reality, will we have 40 and 50 odd days? No. So in that cases, once again divide it with 7, then you will get obviously a remainder less than 7 and that will become our odd days here. That will become our odd days in this case. Okay, sir. Good, super. So the maximum number of odd days are 6. So that means my odd days will be always less than or equal to 6. So now tell me, what are the possible odd days? If it is exactly divisible, 0 odd days, or else 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the possible odd days for me, right? In any given condition, the possible odd days are for me 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the possible odd days for me. Now you understood the odd days concept. A normal year will have 1 odd day, a leap year will have 2 odd days, and what we will call it as a leap year, which one we will call it as a normal year, we all know that one. Okay, good, super. Now, based on these odd days, we will have day codes, students. Based on these odd days, we will have day codes. Sir, how we will have? See here, 0 is called as, if you get 0 as an odd day, it is for Sunday. Okay, 1 will be assigned for Monday. 1 is assigned to Monday. 2 will be assigned to Tuesday. 3 will be assigned to Wednesday. Okay, 4 will be assigned to what? Thursday. 5 will be assigned to Friday. 6 will be assigned to what? Saturday. Sir, why you are assigning from 0 as Sunday? Why you are not, see, 1 Monday, Tuesday, right? See here, 0 or 7 both are same, right? When you divide a number with 7, if you get remainder as 7 means, what does it mean? Remainder is 0, right? Nothing but. So because of that reason, actually I should write 7 as Sunday. I should write 7 as Sunday, but anyway it is a 0. 7 is a 0, so I will take that as Sunday. So these are the day codes for us. See here, students, please try to understand these day codes. Later we will use all these things. So odd days. See, odd day code, if it is you get 0 odd days, then that is Sunday. If it is you will get 1 odd day, that is Monday. 2 odd days Tuesday, 3 odd days Wednesday, 4 odd days Thursday, 5 odd days Friday, 6 odd days Saturday. Understood? Right? This is how the day codes are generated based on the odd days only. Based on the odd days only, the day codes are taken. Next, month codes. Month codes. What are these month codes, students? Means don't by heart or do any other things. Very simple. Try to remember it. How you will remember? Very simple. Month codes are nothing but the number of odd days in that particular month. The number of odd days in that particular month will become the month code for that. See here, January. January, how many days we will have in general? January, 31 days. Now tell me, odd days are how many in 31 days? 3, right? In 31 days, how many odd days we will have? 3 odd days. So the code for January is 3. February. February month, how many days will we have in the month of February? 28 or 29 based on the type of year. If it is a normal year, we will have 28 days. If it is a leap year, we will have 29 days. So 28 or 29. 0 or 1. 0 or 1. March. How many days? 31 days. So odd days are 3. April. 30 days. Odd days are 2. May. 31 days. Odd days are 3. June. 30 days. Odd days are 2. July. 31 days. Odd days are 3. August. 31 days. Odd days are 3. Okay. August. Next, September. How many days we will have? 30 days. Odd days are 2. October. 31 days. Odd days are 3. November. 30 days 2. December. 31 days 3. So these are the month codes for all the months. See here, students, please be careful with this. July and August both will have 31 days each. Both the months will have 31 days each. Because of that reason, we are writing our odd days in this manner. January, February, March and so on till December. So odd days are very simple. Don't need to by heart. If you know the number of days in that month, that is enough. Okay, 30 days, 31 days, and don't think, sir, why July and August have 31 days? Means there are many stories behind all this. Why for this particular month? Only for the month of February we have 28 days like this. We don't require all these things. Anyway, we know the standard things. The months contain how many days, and simply we will go with this month codes. Month codes are nothing but the number of odd days in that particular month will be the month code for that month. All the months are fixed except for February. Why? Because the number of days in February are also changed based on the type of year. If it is a normal year, it will have 28 days. If it is a leap year, it will have 29 days. Because of that reason, 0 or 1 odd days. Okay. So day codes we have seen the month codes. Next we will see the century code. We will see the century code. This is the last one, students. So what is this century code, sir? Just try to understand, and later we will anyway remember that one, but try to understand the concept. Now the first century, that means from when I move from 0 to 100 years, 0 to 100 years, 0 to 100 years. Now tell me how many leap years and how many normal years I will have? 100 years duration. That is the first century. That means beginning. 100 years, sir. So 0 to 100, what usually I told you, divide it with 4. So 100 by 4, what you will get? 25. That means in 100 years, I will have 25 leap years and 75 normal years, right? But we know that 100 is not a leap year. So because of that reason, in 100 years, I will have 24 leap years and 76 normal years. In 100 years, I will have 24 leap years and 76 normal years. In 24 leap years, for one leap year, how many odd days we have? 2 odd days. Already we calculated, right? 366 days means 2 odd days. So I will write this as 24 into 2 plus, for 76 normal year, for one normal year, how many odd days I will have? Only 1. So 76 into 1. 76 into 1. So now what happens to this? 48 plus 76 plus 1, 76. That means overall how many I got here, students? 124 odd days. Just now I told you what is the maximum number of odd days possible for us? 6, sir. But what is the number I got here? 124. Then what I need to do? Once again divide it with 7. Once again divide it with 7. So how many odd days I will get here now? 5 odd days. I will get 5 odd days. Now I will come to the next century. I will come to the next century, that is what? 101 to 200. 101 to 200. Now please see here students. Previously I don't have any odd days, so I will started with 0. But before when I enter into 101 century, I have 5 odd days, right? I should carry this 5 or not? Yes, I should carry. So 5 plus. Here also the same story. Why? Because 101 to 200 years, 100 years sir. Yes, 100 years. Actually I should have how many leap years? 25, but I will have only 24. Why? What is the reason? 200 is not a leap year. And the same story. And here also I will get a total sum as what? 124. Similar to the above one. You will get 124. Yes sir. So that means it will become what? 129. But will we have 129 odd days? No sir, we will not have. So once again we divide it with 7. So what you will get here? Number of odd days as 3 odd days. Okay. The number of odd days as 3 odd days. Okay, good, superb. Now we will move to the next century, that is 201 to 300. So this 3 odd days will come to this one. 3 plus. Here also the same story. 201 to 300, 100 years. But 300 is not a leap year. So the same story repeated here also. So here when I calculate here also I will get 124. So this will become what for me? 127. Will we have 127 odd days? No. So once again we divide it with 7. So we will get 1 odd day here. 1 odd day here. Yes, good. Now come to this next one. 301 to 400. 301 to 400. Now what will happen? This one will come here. Yes. Now please see here students. From 301 to 400 years, how many years are there for me? 100 years. But in this century, yes, we will have 25 leap years. Why sir? What is the reason? We know that 400 is a leap year. We know that 400 is a leap year. So because of that reason, in this century I will have 25 leap years and 75 normal years. 25 leap years and 75 normal years. 75 normal years. Why? 400 is a leap year. When it comes to the previous centuries, 100, 200, 300 are not leap years. That is the reason in those centuries we will have only 24 leap years each. Okay, now what will happen here students? See here, 1 plus 25 leap years means how many odd days? 50. Why? Because 25 into 2 plus 75 normal years means how many odd days? 25 leap years means 50 odd days plus 75. So overall I will get how much? 126. Will we have 126 odd days? No. We will once again divide it with 7. So is 126 is exactly divisible by 7. So you will get here what? 0 odd days. Now the 0 will be carry forwarded to the next century as usual, which we have done in the previous case. Now please observe here students, from where we started 0, from where we ended, at what position we ended? 0. Now please see here 0, 5, 3, 1. 0, 5, 3, 1 or the 0, 5, 3, 1 are the century codes here. How we need to take? I will tell you. Century code means the number of odd days with which we enter into a century. Now see here students, not the odd days which are generated in that century, with the odd days with which we are entering. That means the century code for 0 to 100 is 0. The century code for 101 to 200 is 5. The century code for 201 to 300 is 3. The century code for 301 to 400 is 1. And the century code for 401 to 500 is 0 once again. Why? Because it is 0. So this 0531, 0531 will be repeated. Remember, for every century leap year, the odd days are becoming 0, right? For every century leap year, the odd days will become 0 definitely. At 400 it will become 0, at 800 it will become 0, at 1200 it becomes 0, at 1600 and so on. Okay sir. So 05, the number of odd days with which we are entering into that century. Now, tell me what is the century code for 1701 to 1800? What is the century code for 1701? So before that, what is the first perfect century we will have? Century leap year. Century leap year we will have is 1600. At 1600 my odd days will become what? 0. Why? Because at century leap years my odd days are becoming 0. If it is becoming 0 at 1600, now what will be the code for 1601 to 1700? This 0 only. Why? Because this 0 will be carry forwarded here. Next, the code for 1701 to 1800 will become what? 5. Why? Because 0531. Actually 0 or 7 you can take odd numbers. 7531 are odd numbers. 0 you want you can take, or else 7 you want you can take it. There is no wrong in that. But for better understanding, I suggest take it as 0. 0531. So the code for 1801 to 1900 will become what? 3. The code for 1901 to 2000 will become what? 1. So 0531, 0531 will be repeated, and how you need to take means this is how you need to take. For example, if I ask you suddenly what is the code for 1401 to 500, 1500. So what I should do? I should check the first perfect one, century leap year before that. What it is? 1200. That means at 1200 my odd days will become what? 0. So the code for 1201 to 1300 will become what? This 0. This 0. Please be careful. And then next 1301 to 1400 will become what? 5. Next 1401 to 1500 will become 3. So 1501 to 1600 it will become 1. So 0531, 0531, 0531. Please be careful, students. The odd days with which we are entering into that century, that is its century code. So this is how we will write the century codes. So here 0531, 0531, 0531 are in a repetitive manner. Okay, understood? Now we know the century codes, you know the month codes, and we know the day codes. Sir, where we are going to use these 3 types of codes? Now we will see an example, students, for your better understanding. Now see here. For example, if I say that what day will fall on? Will fall on April 13, 1919. What is the importance of this day, students? We all know that Jallianwala Bagh massacre has happened on this day. So what day is actually it is? It is a Sunday. It is a Sunday. On a Sunday morning they decided to meet at one place and they thought to do some freedom struggle. At that time that massacre has happened. So we know that that is Sunday. Why? Because that is one of the historical day. Now we will try to prove with our month codes, day codes, and this century codes concept. Now see here how we will solve this one means we need to find it for April 13th of April 1919, right? So this falls under which century, students? It falls under 1901 to 2000, right? It falls under 1901 to 2000. Plus in the same century already how many completed years are finished? How many completed years? See, 19th year is not yet done. Why? Because we are in the month of still April. Okay. So already how many years are completely finished? 18 years. These are completed years in the century, in the same century. In the same century, how many years are completely finished? 18 years. Plus 19th year we are seeing. So 13th of April. Directly I will write 13th April. Directly I will write 13th April. So now first of all tell me what is the century code for 1901 to 2000? 1901 to 2000 the century code. How I told you. So before that what is the century I have? 1600. At 1600 it becomes 0. If it becomes 0 at 1600 then 1601 to 1700 the code will become what? 0. The same 0 will come here. And 1701 to 1800 the code will become 5. Next 1801 to 1900 the code will become 3. 1901 to 2000 it becomes 1. 0531. Right? So the code for 1901 to 2000 is 1. So the century code is 1. In 18 years how many leap years we will have, students? 18 by 4. Exactly divisible by 4, right? So in this 18 years we will have 4 leap years, and out of 18 if 4 are leap years, how many normal years? 14 are normal years. Plus 13th of April. 13th of April. Now please see here 1 plus 4 leap years. How many odd days we will have? 4 into 2, 8. Plus 14 normal years. 14 into 1, 14. Plus It is in the month of April, right? That means I need to write the codes till April. So January code is 3. January month code 31 days 3. 1919 is a normal year. So February will have how many days? 28 days. So February 0. January, February, March. And April is not yet done. We are directly finding the 13th of April. So I will write directly 13. This is for January. This is for February. This is for March. And April is not yet completely finished. So this is 13th of April. Okay, this is 13th of April. For example, if I want to find a date in the month of May means I will write April code and the date in the May. So anyway, this is how we need to. So 2 ways you can do here, students. The first method is add everything. When you add 8 plus 1, it becomes 9. 9 plus 14, 23. 23 plus 3, 26. 26 plus 6, 29. 29 plus 13, 42. 42 odd days. Will we have 42 odd days? No, sir, we will not have 42 odd days. So what I will do, I will divide it with 7. When I divide it with 7, it is exactly divisible, right? So what I will get here? 0 odd days. 0 is the code for what? 0 is the code for Sunday. So that means that massacre has happened on Sunday. We know it very well. If we read the history, we can understand it. So Sunday is matched with Sunday, right? This is how we are going to solve the problem. Or else, I told you, right? The another method is cancel 7 sum. Cancel 7 sum means 14 is a multiple of 7, right? I can cancel it. In 8, if I cancel with 7, what is the remainder? I will be left with 1. Remainder is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. 2 or else this 1 with this 13. 1 plus 13, it becomes 14, right? Next, 1 plus 3, 4 plus 3, 7. Everything got cancelled. So it is 0. 0 is nothing but Sunday. You can either cancel it or you can add everything and divide it by 7. It is up to you, students. Okay. So this is how we are going to find the days and dates. Now similarly, we know one more historical date. What it is? August 15th, 1947. We all know what day is August 15, 1947. It is a Friday. So everyone, please pause the video and try to get the answer for this. Whether this Friday is matching with Friday or not, please check it once. So this it belongs to 1901 to 2000 century. Okay. Plus in the same leap year, in the same century, how many years are completely finished? 46 years are completely finished. Okay. And 15th of August. And 15th of August. And what is the century code for 1901 to 2000? Just now we solved. What it is? 1. Plus in 46 years, how many leap years we will have? 46 by 4, 11, 44 times. So if 11 are leap years, what about the other? Out of 46, if 11 are leap years, the other 35 will be normal years. Plus 15th of August. 1 plus, for 11 leap years, how many odd days I will have? 11 into 2, 22 odd days. For 35 normal years, I will have how many odd days? 35 into 1. 35 normal years, 35 odd days plus, now 15th of August, right? I should travel from January to August. So January, February is 0. Why? Because 1947 is a normal year. It will have only 28 days. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and don't write the August code, directly write down 15. Why? Because August 15th we are finding the date, right? So 15th of August. As I have already told you, add everything, you will get a value and divide it with 7. Or else cancel 7 sum. 35 is a multiple of 7, directly I can cancel. And here 21 is a multiple of 7, I will be left with 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. It is cancelled. Next in 15, I will be left with 1. Right? Now see here, 3, 3 and 1. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Next 2 plus 3 is what? 5. What is 5? What is 5, students? It is Friday. 5 is the code for what? Friday. So August 15, 1947 will fall on what? Friday. Will fall on what? Friday. This is how we are going to find the days on which day is falling on which day. What day will fall on what day. So this is how this month codes, day codes and century codes are very, very important. Century codes are very, very important. So everyone, to make a practice, try to find 2 to 3 other dates which you know, like your birthdays, your parents' birthdays and all those things, and try to check whether the day and the day which you already know and this day is matching or not. So this is how we are going to solve the concepts. This is how we are going to solve the concepts. This is the basic things. These are the basic things of the calendar, students. Definitely in our next video, we will see some more methods and problems or different types of questions which was asked from the calendars. So meanwhile, please do practice for some other days so that it will be helpful to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. We will see in our next session. Thank you.